control of critical functions.
Good evening, all you wild and weirdos and weirdettes out in Wild and Weird Radio Land. It is I, Ron. That is Joe. This is Wild and Weird Radio Live. And before we get started, I want to ask you guys to just please take the time right now to hit that like down there and that little share and just get this out there to more people because we got some good stuff to talk about tonight.
We do indeed.
Yeah, we got some big news. Might be a history making kind of episode, right? I mean, honestly, let's be real.
There's especially for folks who haven't been paying attention to what's been dropping in the media recently.
Yeah, right. Some exciting times. Really exciting times, and it's really exciting, Joe, because we didn't have any storms today.
Today is the only time they start rolling back in tomorrow.
For you guys who don't know, we apparently had some kind of a apocalyptic hailstorm. Yeah, it was just insane. It was literally insane. There were warnings that were coming over the phones, not like a major broadcast. Like all the sirens were going off. It was insane. And one of the crazy things was, there was this warning for, I kid you not, baseball size hail. Now, I don't know of anyone who's actually seen that. Is that a thing? Is there such a thing as baseball size hail? Someone out there.
Oh no, 100%. I've seen softball size hail.
Softball.
When I lived in Florida.
Regulation baseball is a pretty darn big thing, and we're talking about something that can literally destroy buildings at that point. But cars were destroyed.
Now, I have seen hail, no joke, this diameter punch through fiberglass holes in the marinas in Pensacola, Florida.
There's no doubt. And you're an Air Force guy. So what happens when that kind of stuff hits, Joe? Like at some of the airfields.
So the airfields are what's most at risk, right? Because those are your stationary aircraft. They're out on the flight line. You do not have time to move these multi-ton craft by what we call a tug, right?
Right.
The tug is this device. It's basically a big, Mack truck front end that latches onto the aircraft front and pulls it. And you don't have time to maneuver those things to get them out of the way. So if they're on the flight line, it's bad news, man. I have seen some major damage occur in some of these coastal areas. I've seen photographs from coastal areas and photographs from the Oklahoma mega base, where I'm talking like holes that you could fit your fist down into inside the wings and some of the fuselage. Because you got to think, like, birds, if a bird strikes an aircraft, it's going through it, right? It's just is what it is. Aircraft skin is 40 thousandths thick on the majority of the body, 60 thousandths thick on the bigger, bulkier, heavier pieces. But again, we're talking like it's either that thick or that thick.
Exactly. Yeah. It's amazing, what separates you from instant, annihilation out there when you're flying around, right? I mean, that's real.
And I've seen entire C-130s go through an entire upper reskin.
Wow.
Because of just because of the damage, it's too much damage. And
it doesn't surprise me. I saw the cars. I've seen cars being totaled because of this. They looked like they were literally golf balls. They were dented so bad. So so some of you guys might still be recovering from all that. Thanks for joining us. And
because that stretched all the way from the southernmost part of Indiana all the way across southern Ohio into West Virginia and terminused in right around Summersville, Richwood area in West Virginia.
Yeah, it was weird. It was a big, weird pocket of just a cell of storms. you guys got some pictures of them, please send them in. We'll pop them up here on the air during the show. Tonight is the In Focus show. We are going to be showing some new footage out of Wineberry and some other stuff that have been sent in. We're going to be talking about some other stuff that's going on in the news and out of the news and what we're going to be getting into and so forth and so on. I've also set the goal for us, and you are going to be donating this time for the next prize. And boy, do we have a good idea of what your next prize is going to be for the next meeting. It's going to be something pretty cool. And we're trying to make that happen. So yeah, the more we get, the better that prize gets. That's for darn sure. So everybody, let's get started.
Well, here somebody sent me a hell picture. This is actually one that was sent to my Facebook when I made my post. Here's just an idea of what fell at right next door to where my wife was.
That's insane. That is literally, and you can see the layers in the upper right hand right there. The layers that are in that is thick, like seriously thick. LR Miller just kicked us off right there. By the way, just gonna.
Hey, LR,
right there,
thanks,
right there.
Thanks, brother.
Speaking of LR, let's get everybody else put in there. Let's get them all in here. Let's everybody out that's out there get this shared out. We got a lot to go over tonight.
So we got James Nelson, LR Miller, Dances with the Orbs. Ike the Fob Daddy Fobbers in the house.
Ike's back.
James. Then we got, let's see, we got Jen in the house. We got the Trackway clan in the house. CJ Boker is back. And then we've got Terry McCullough in the house. We got Oz in the house. We've got Enzo hanging out tonight. Awesome. West Virginia Watcher Files. What's going on? There. Good to see you. Then as far as Julie Bugs in the house. What's going on, Julie? Happy early Easter to you too.
Early Easter.
Overoo is here, Kansas resident. I've seen real big hail.
You've seen real, I'm guaranteed.
Absolutely. Tornado Alley.
Yep. Apparently it's moving now.
Yeah, you're right. Enzo says, living near Wichita, Kansas. I find your storm stories amusing.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, it's pretty odd because, we're starting to get the tornadoes developing here in West Virginia, which used to be really rare. And now it's not so much during spring.
Nope.
Larry Hose is in the house, everybody. Everybody say hi to Larry.
Hello, Larry, everybody.
Donna's in the house as well. What's going on? And Nikki Bennett's here. What's going on, Nikki? Good to see you. Kenny Hess is here. Mark Winnell is here. What's going on, brother?
All right. Welcome.
Let's see. All right. And let's see. Oh, we gotta get LR taken care of here right quick.
Yeah.
LR
needs a blessing.
He does indeed.
Awesome. Folks, we still do not have a date set in stone for the next meeting. Just letting you know and keeping you up to date. We will announce that here as soon as we have it. Do not worry. It will be happening. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a really good time. I know Steve Ward is going to be there. Steve-O is going to be signed on, and it's going to be good. We're kind of going to work it around where we can get him there. So you're in for a treat with Steve. Trust me.
Yep. Steve Ward. We're trying to nail down the specifics, get him here. It's going to be good times. Yeah.
Steve's going to be awesome. And speaking of Steve, you're going to get to see Steve here real soon in the next episode of Paranormal Horizons, just to let you know.
LR. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit because I saw it pop back up again. Ron first saw the article you sent me about 3 weeks ago or so. And we're going to touch it tonight because it's starting to make the circuits again, and it's got a little bit more heat this time. So, Ron, where do we go from here?
Well, that's a darn good question because that's what a lot of people are asking themselves right now. Where do we go from here? But I got an idea. Let's go to the news. That way we can discuss why we need to talk about where we're going from here and the implications and so forth and so on. So, for those who don't know, apparently today, we may have gotten a little bit of confirmation on something that we were talking about a few months back, almost a year ago, actually. Um, we were talking about the planet, as you recall, and we were talking about how they had possibly discovered this biosignature. It was a few months back,
Yep.
and we said it was possibly, a coral reef or something like that. Well, this has been coming in and out of the news for the past several years now.
Yeah, it's been 3-4 years almost, I think.
Yeah,
Because
it's
it was
just
first started off as a signal.
yeah, and then it got picked up and turned into giant mothership. Remember that? How it got
Yeah.
morphed into the giant mothership was coming toward Earth. That was back in around December, I think.
Then they figured out that was just coming from Iran.
Yeah, that was the mothership from Iran. That's right. And yeah, so but truthfully, there was a signature found on this. And so here's the release that just like went crazy today. It's pretty much everywhere at this point
Yep.
too. That's
Every major news, every minor news is all sharing this very same article.
yeah, and it's pretty good stuff. I mean, you can go ahead and just read that little bit there, and this one's from NBC actually.
From NBC, Ashta Rajavani. Scientists have detected a unique chemical pattern similar to those produced by Earth's algae and seaweed, which we called that back in the day, raising the possibility of the presence of a warm ocean, perhaps teeming with life, on a planet 729 trillion miles away.
Now stop. Here's something important that I want you to notice, Joe. What did you just say?
Perhaps.
No. How many what away?
Oh, 729 trillion
Miles. We didn't say
Yes.
light years.
Correct.
This is almost the first time that I have ever heard
Space.
a news article speaking in miles, not kilometers, not light years, in miles. We have to ask ourselves, well, why is that? Because I'll tell you why. It's very simple.
Because it was discovered in the United States, and that's the only means of measurement that we use, baby.
That's not it, but that's also part of it. Yes, Joe. 729 trillion is a really big number.
Oh, yeah.
It's an incredibly huge number. But if I tell you it's 124 light years and you have a vehicle that can go that speed or possibly faster than that speed, theoretically, in quantum, theory, it's not that far away.
No, not at all.
So it's a lot better when we talk about distant life, as we predicted about 4 years ago, I think, in one of our New Year's things. It's finally happening. Thank you.
Mhm.
Finally, this is what we've been talking about. This is how we move the ball forward.
If you go back, God, it has been about 4 years.
It's 3 or 4 years. It might be 3. It might be 3.
Yeah, no, you're right. It is 3 because it was the 20 going into 2022. 21 to 2022 New Year's predictions.
Mm-hmm.
That the life would be found in a
distantly
organism,
yes.
Very distant, and it would be a microscopic, and that would be a gateway into opening the door to something more.
Yep, a broader discussion. And look at what's happened ever since we've had that discussion. So this opens the door. I mean, it really does. It opens the door. And, before anyone kind of poo-hoos this and says, oh, it's just a bunch of, another one of these Egypt things, by the way, you'll notice that you haven't heard much about that.
No, you haven't. You know what I did hear, though?
What's that?
Those guys were brought in to scan another area in Egypt.
I'm going to say, when we don't hear stuff about things like this and it goes dark, there's usually a reason for that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say, we're going to watch it. Because remember, this is exactly what happened right here with this story. Exactly what happened with this story. It came out, it went everywhere, it died down, and then someone grabbed it, put it back up, and it was all, just this amazing speculation. Then it went away again, and now it's back. And this time it's back to stay.
Well, like you said, I don't think it's going anywhere because these articles have essentially said everything you possibly can without saying 100% definitive answers. CNN says a team of astronomers have detected what they call the most promising signs to date of a possible biosignature, or signs of past or present life linked to biological activity on an exoplanet named K2-18b.
It's like a droid from Star Wars.
Well, it's also the same exact way that, this Federation named planets.
Well,
Just, Captain Kirk it up, okay?
Maybe. I think Stargate did the same thing.
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
Anyway.
But the study
K2-18.
authors and other experts remain cautious and have not declared a definitive discovery of life beyond our planet.
So why don't you highlight that for us right now, Joe? Because everybody's jumping on the bandwagon right now saying 100%, but it's not 100%.
Right.
It's 99.7%.
Exactly.
So.
And they keep essentially the majority of the articles keep saying that they need more evidence. They're looking for more information. They're going to be doing more scans with the JWST, and which is the James Webb, and that they're planning on looking for more finite detail. Speaking of the JWT, the team detected chemical fingerprints within the atmosphere of K2-18b that suggest the presence of dimethyl sulfide, or DMS. Potentially dimethyl sulfide, or DMDS, on Earth. Both molecules are only produced by microbial life, typically marine phytoplankton.
I.e., like we said, possibly a massive coral reef.
Yep.
Because dinoflagellae, that's algae, that is marine algae. So you're looking at the possibility, zooxanthellae, it's all the same. These are early stages of life, or better yet, massive colonies of life, because you can imagine.
Enzo, baby.
Yes, it does. Yes, it
Start
does.
with microscopic life.
Yes, it does. It gets easier.
It's like hell. It takes a few cycles up and down the thunderhead before you really take notice.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah. Oz says maybe we should take care of our own planet before we set our eyes on someone else's. There's nothing wrong with the Prime Directive.
I don't think we have to worry too much about that. We're probably not going there anytime soon, unfortunately, but I want to go there. I'll just be honest. It sounds like a beach planet. I know two guys who are they're made for that. So
you never know. They could
might be where they're from
K2-18b.
I have to ask them one day.
Well, what we do know about K2-18b is it's located 124 light years from Earth. Could be a Hycean world, a potentially habitable planet entirely covered in liquid water with a hydrogen-rich atmosphere, said lead study Nikaku
Mariosian?
Madhu.
Say it fast. It looks good. Niku Mariasun. There you go.
Yep. Niku's like a very, never mind. It's like I'm familiar with Niku. I know where that, but I've never seen that last name attached to Niku before.
Madusadam.
Anyway, professor of astrophysics and exoplanetary science at the University of Cambridge Institute of Astronomy.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Hatter said that his colleagues first theorized that the concept of Hycean worlds in 2021 after determining that there may be liquid water oceans on K2-18b. The planet is located within the habitable zone of its star, meaning that the world is just the right temperature and distance from the star to host liquid water on its surface. Early theoretical work had predicted high levels of sulfur-based gases like DMS and DMDS are possible on Hycean worlds.
Mariusan
Said in a statement, and now we have observed it on a line that was predicted. Given everything we know about this planet, a Hycean world with an ocean that is teeming with life in this scenario is what best fits the data that we have.
I mean, you know, there
Nancy
you go.
White coming in hot. And speaking of an
Nancy,
ocean-rich planet that's teeming with life,
let it
I
be
wonder where
done.
these came from.
Sky jellies. Bless the sky jellies, everyone. Bless them.
Thank you, Nance. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Over here. Thank you.
The Webb telescope detections, it is possible that the molecules were produced by another unknown chemical process on the planet, which does not require life. The latest findings build on previous research by the same group of astronomers who also detect carbon dioxide and methane within the planet's atmosphere using the Webb's near-infrared imager and slitless spectrograph and near-infrared spectrograph instruments. The team made the new detections using the Webb's mild infrared instrument. This is an independent line of evidence using a different instrument than we did before and a different wavelength and range of light, where there is no overlap with the previous observations. The signal is strong and clear.
Yep, strong and clear. So, notice what they did.
Came through strong and clear on infrared sensors.
Why?
I don't know. There's a video that we.
Yeah, I know, but that's the whole point. And what they said right here at the bottom of this, you see what they said they did? Independent line of evidence using different instruments than we did before. So they used multiple. What's the word? Multiple what? Kids, anyone. Multiple. Anyone. Anyone, school, come on. This class is in. Anyone. Oh, for the love of God. Seriously. I know what teachers feel like now.
So Jen says, but who's to say what other species from other places out there need water because we do?
Mm-hmm. Well, what this does is it opens up the discussion that water is not rare, or potentially not rare, because this thing's bigger than Earth. Super intelligent octopus. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm
speaking of bigger than Earth, Cthulhu.
Possibly. What if they're giant mermaids? Boom.
Could be.
I'm out. I'm gone. Can you imagine the size of the margaritas they probably have up there?
Sulfurous gases, holy flatwoods.
Yeah. Let's see. Do we get that one? Ah.
Yes, it says, but
Medusa.
And his co-authors acknowledged that more data is needed before claiming direct evidence of life on another world. The team believes that between 16 and 24 hours follow-up observations using the Webb will make that possible. Well, that's actually a very small amount of time. Yep. If that's all that they need is 16 to 24 hours of follow-up observations, that's like they already know the answer. They're just making sure that it repeats itself at this point.
Well, they're making sure it repeats itself several more times because they've already made sure it repeats itself or they wouldn't have done this. Go ahead.
It is important that we are deeply skeptical of our own results. What? I like this guy. We're already friends.
No.
Because it's only by testing and testing again that we will be able to reach the point where we are confident in them.
Medusa.
That's how science has to work. However, other experts believe that while the results promise excitement, confirming the existence of life beyond Earth, and even deciding what type of exoplanet K218b is, will take much more time and data. Astrophysicist Sarah Seeger, a professor of physics at planetary science and aeronautics and astronautics at the Massachusetts Institution of Technology, that's MIT, guys, said independent teams have completely different interpretations of the planet itself. Seeger was not involved in the new research.
I think that's sour grapes. What do you think?
Oh, 100%. That's that 100% right there is just like going and saying, hey guys, look at this UFO we got. on infrared video and you show it to all the names in YouTube on and all the big YouTubers that are UFO folks see it and they're like, oh, it's a moth.
That's nothing. That's just nothing. That's a lens flare.
Oh man.
Okay.
So the Webb has the observable capacity to peer through the atmosphere of exoplanets or beyond the planets of our solar system as exoplanets pass in front of their host star from the perspective of Earth. Light moves through their atmospheres, allowing the Webb to detect the chemical signatures of gases within them. Both dimethyl sulfide and dimethyl disulfide, which are part of the same chemical group, have overlapping characteristics, which is why the results can definitively differentiate between the two molecules, but future observations might, the study authors said. But not that one lady.
No.
Definitely not her, because she wasn't part of the study.
No. But on Earth, concentrations of dimethyl sulfide and dimethyl disulfide are typically below 1 part per billion in volume. Listen to this, Joe. However, the team estimates the presence of these molecules to be thousands of times stronger on K218b. Thousands.
Well, that's only according to every other study except for the one that MIT was involved in.
Right. The interference of these biosignature molecules possesses profound questions concerning the process that might be producing them. You think? Said co-authors Subhajya Sarakara, whatever, a lecturer in the astronomy group of the Cardiff University in Wales, in the statement.
But the research team that authored a new paper say that observations have reached the 3 sigma level of significance. That's 3 sigma.
That's big.
That's the first time I have heard that level of significance. So I'm not sure whether I should run and hide under a table or if I should celebrate.
Both.
Or in their terms, a 0.0 or 0.3 probability that the detections occurred by chance.
All right. So say that again.
Meaning that is a 0.3% possibility that the detections occurred by chance. That means that they are 99.7% sure.
Right.
For scientific discovery, the observations must meet a 5 sigma threshold or below a 0.000000. So basically, it's got to be 99.999999993. And the observations occurred by chance. Well, all they got to do to really just unrule that is talk to the lady at MIT. While the findings don't represent the clear detection of dimethyl sulfide and dimethyl disulfide, it's a step in the right direction, said Dr. David Clements, who doesn't work at MIT, an astrophysicist at the College of London. Clements was not involved in the research.
But he wasn't involved, but he seems pretty happy about the results at this point. And says,
again, yeah, because
step in the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely. The Mad Hatter believes that his team might be finding a major landmark in the search for life that ushers in a new era for everybody except for those at MIT. In my mind, it's no longer a question of whether we find if such life exists, he said. We have demonstrated that we have the capacity to do so with our initial current findings at a reasonable significance. A bigger question in my mind is whether we as a species are prepared to find life as we don't know it. We as a society, as a species, should come together and ask ourselves the question, what is the prime directive? I mean, what is it that constitutes life elsewhere?
I mean, that's pretty big.
Oh, 100%.
So, all joking aside, that is pretty big. So, yeah, we're talking about, possibly Trackway. Who knows? It's hard to tell what they are. I mean, maybe that's where they all went. Maybe, maybe that's what happened. Maybe the Atlanteans took off and they went there and settled. I don't know. It's, either way.
I say this with love. You guys sound like you're pronouncing these names while munching on Twizzlers.
Masulva.
Oh man.
Masulva. That's right.
They aren't even trying. That planet's pretty big. Yeah, it is.
It is. It's very large.
A huge planet.
Let's see if I can find it.
The size of it, it's like
Oh, where's it
It's
at?
way bigger than Earth.
No, it's not that one.
Then Anita says you can find life as we don't know it here on Earth. Heck, check the back of the fridge.
Nope, that ain't it. And, yep.
Oh man,
that's true. That's true. Absolutely true.
There's some kind of a game that we need to be playing.
What?
I don't know. Trackway is playing a game, and he is at level 7 of level 563.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Well, I'll tell you. There was other movement in the news this week too that we didn't get to cover here just yet. One report said 2 times, and the other says 6 times. I think it was the 6th time one that I heard too.
Yeah, it was like it's significantly larger. And the way they're guesstimating the size, they have a brief window as this thing passes across the front of its star and us. They have a brief window of time, and just like us, we pass at different ranges from the sun, different angles from the sun. This planet's going to be doing the same thing. So they're probably, to get a definitive size, they're probably gonna have to watch this thing do it multiple times, just gauging on size, to be able to truly put it down and say, like, this is how big it is, but it's still not going to be definitive. It's going to say it's going to be between X and X.
Right. But the point is, it's the ball's in the court now. And it can't be ignored, and it's not going anywhere. The data's there, so you're going to have to deal with it at this point. And it's going to be interesting to see how this transpires and takes off. Also, there was a little bit in the news this week. Apparently, that TikTok thing we showed last week, the one from the new Corbell, that one. Yeah, the new one. Well, he managed to get the witness on there on the show, and he actually went over a little bit more about that on the latest Weaponized. It's pretty good. I'm actually going to find that link and just pop it in here because we're mentioning it right now. I'm not going to go over everything, but it's a really good listen. I would suggest you go watch it if you're a little skeptical about this. It kind of paints a little bit more light onto it. He doesn't know what it was. He just came forward and says, I saw this, and actually Tim Gaudette, I think, is the one who got him to get a hold of Knapp and Corbell and say, I was there. But what's interesting, if you listen to it, is he talks about how these things were moving when they all just left. And it's interesting because he says, they had no desire, they had no reason to actually notify anyone over this. They were just watching it themselves, which is kind of weird, but that's what they were doing. And then they said they got to the point where they just turned that Sapphire system off and just sit there and watch these things. And that's when they started performing, and that's when they all took off at the exact same time. And it was pretty impressive from what I understand. So what we got out there? We got somebody new?
Jim Broseph says, hey, anyone who's from West Virginia besides me? Yeah.
Probably, could be.
There's quite a few hanging out in the chat.
A bunch of them.
I know our name's Wild and Weird West Virginia, but we're actually from Utah.
We are not. Don't listen to him.
No, I'm in Hurricane Ron's in Charleston.
Absolutely.
This is we do broadcast worldwide. We've been all over the eastern seaboard and working on getting out west, and we've got a huge community that stretches all the way around.
Trying to get out to Zeta Reticuli eventually, too, at this point. So
what is it?
Trying to get out to Zeta Reticuli at some point.
Yes, indeed.
Get out there. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to put that. What?
Jim Gross's from Sissonville.
Well, that's where I grew up, Jim. There's some weird stuff out there. I don't know if you know that or not. Some really weird stuff out there. And I don't mean some of the people. I'm actually
thanks, man. We appreciate it. That really helps us out. Now, if you're into the paranormal and strange and bizarre, this goes for anybody who's listening right now that has anyone. You can head on over to Small Town Monsters YouTube once this show's over, and you can catch us on Paranormal Horizons, because that's a show that we made for them. They've released it, and it's all filmed within West Virginia, except for one episode. One episode was done in Ohio. The rest of it was all done in West Virginia. And it's a good time, man. It's a good time. You'll enjoy it.
It's getting real good now. Just to let you know. So,
oh, hey, I got some encounters that live on Poker River Road, dude.
Contact us immediately, for real.
Yeah,
I'm not even joking.
Here, I'm gonna throw up
literally in our backyard.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw the Gmail up here on the banner. Check it out right below. You can shoot us an email right there. That's the best way to contact us. They're on Facebook if you want, but the Gmail we'll definitely catch it for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I think I got the sightings form fixed now. By the way, it's all coming to us, so that works now. Well,
I'm not from West Virginia, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express there.
You did, so that's true. That's absolutely true.
Hey, Jim Bro, we got we have a meeting every quarter, by the way. It's in Charleston. You should try to come down to it and hang out with us. It's a bunch of folks from the chat, a bunch of folks that know us from the road. They jump out and we all get together and we go over data. We've had one inaugural meeting so far. The second one is coming up in June. We're going to be doing them quarterly, so you should definitely come hang out. You would have a blast, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely.
They're free. They're free.
Oh yeah, they're all free. And there's some good prizes donated by the folks who donate to the show. So
exactly.
Thank everybody, by the way. Let me end the news right now so we can just move on to what we're going to move on to. All that legal schmigel stuff right there. This is In Focus, and this is the part of the show where we go over viewer submitted data, photos, videos, audio, etc., and we look at it as a group. This is kind of like what we do at the meetings, by the way. If you folks haven't been there, and we all throw our 2 cents in there and kind of try to figure out what they are. Before we go into that, Joe, why don't you read off that massive scrolling amount of names there who make these meetings and this show and everything else we do absolutely possible?
Indeed. We're leading these off with some of our executive producers and then jumping into the rest. Kenny Hess, Small Town Monsters, James Nelson. Then our amazing super chatters, Octopus with at least a few friends, Dewey the Deucer Edwards, NW Hall, Uvaru 235, Spooky Appalachia, Lady Wolf, LR, Guitar Chains Craig, Travis Rednick, Jeffrey Still, Russ Bailey, Chris Coots, Bigfoot, Littlefoot, Terry Summerfield. We've got Sarah Ramsey, Julie Bug, Donna Ho, Angie Breeden, Jen Clower, Jamie Snell, Ike the Fob, Daddy Fobber, Ashley Hilt of On Wednesday We Talk Weird. Then Lotus Flower, Wendy the Pooh Bear, still one of my favorite usernames, Asher's Creation, Spirit Brothers Paranormal UK. Then we've got Pat Noble, Kim Drescher, Paul Sherman, Rick Skinner. Thank you guys. And we're going to catch the rest of these guys as it cycles back around here.
Here we go.
This show is free thanks to our executive producers, Adam Good, L.W. Marshall, Larry Hose, Oz in the Woods, John Schmerka, Richard Minnick, Luke McCombs, Gary Schuler, Teresa of Teresa's Haunted History of the Tri-State. Then we've got Ada Cox, Nancy White, Scott Holbrook, Lisa, a.k.a. Dances with Orbs, Finding the Trackway, Tommy Swigger, Pat, Seth Beans Lamille, Kenny Hess. Now we're back where we started.
There we go. There we go.
Oz
Now we've made it.
coming in hot. Thanks, Oz. You
Thank you,
are
Oz.
awesome.
Bless you.
Much appreciated. And we're gonna have to drag you down one time. We're gonna have to get you and drag you down here to one of our meetings.
So what
or we could get you and entice you by coming to Mothman. I don't even know how that kicked off a second time.
Weird. So what I want to do here is when we get what we need to do the prize thing, we're actually going to show the prize here. I think that'll be a good thing. And kind of entice people and get them fired up. But any good researcher is gonna definitely want to be in that drawing. Let's just put it that way. And yes, they are free. The drawings are free. Okay, so if you have not done so, please hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share. Let's get this thing out there. Let's make the algorithms see us and recognize us as, having some real data from time to time. Because it's happened a few times.
So far, only about half of you've smashed that like button. Go over there and hit that like button.
We're doing terrible.
We're
doing terrible. No, we're doing terrible. That means we're doing terrible. So we have to know what we're doing terrible to fix it. So there you go. That's your mission. Tell us what we're doing terrible so we can fix it. Or you can hit the like button and make us stop having his anxiety attacks. It's up to you. It doesn't matter. Tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to I'm going to find some footage here.
Well, the first thing in focus that we need to bring in focus here before we go into any footage is this snippet right here. Hang tight. I'm going to grab it.
Okay, grab it.
Because technically it's in focus. This is part of it's in the vein, right?
Sure.
So come on. My mouse is betraying me at the moment. Larry Ho.
Prize fund right there. Oh. Awesome. Awesome.
Are you kidding me? Come on. This thing's fighting. Anyway, so what it is the article that's going around about the aliens that merge like Voltron and explode.
Oh, that's a great story. That's the one from Russia.
It is.
Right? Is that what you're talking about?
It is indeed.
Okay.
And it was part of a CIA release or leak.
Yeah. It was during that big one. Remember the big monster leak with thousands and thousands of pages that nobody had time to actually look through? Yeah,
it was located in there. And Larry,
Larry, this is for you. There you go. It's yours.
There you go, Larry. And then Gary,
Blessings
Larry,
of the flute, my friend.
The bunny shall cometh, and so shall the Adam.
Gary, this is for you. That's all you get. You just for $10, you just bought like a couple chords, man. I can't, that's how it is. Music costs a lot of money. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. I'm messing with you guys. But thank you. Seriously, that was blessings to every single one of you. You are making sure that we can keep this thing going and we're just keep giving back. That's all there is to it.
Prices of the subscriptions around here that are just
but they're going to be so good. Trust me, it's all going to be.
They really are. They really are.
Can we just really quick? Just before we go into all the stuff, can we just talk about that for just a little bit? Like give them a little hint, just a little hint as to what is coming, as to what might be, as to absolutely what is coming. It's going to be good. I can just promise you that. We're approaching the next anniversary of Wild and Weird Radio here very, very, very shortly. Yeah. And we always do something to kick it up a little bit. Everyone, give them a little little boost. The radio got built the one time, and then we
Yeah.
put lights in it, and we had the new logos and all this stuff. So we're going to
Then
bring
we
the
went live.
podcast.
We started going live.
We started going
There's just
live.
little upgrades along the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, little upgrades along the way. So you're going to see something really, really cool. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but I'm going to say that the folks who have been with us on this journey are going to really enjoy where this little train's going. Or
Indeed.
plane. Could be a plane, as long as it doesn't get hit by hail. Train's probably safer. So where the train's going, there we go. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. So stay tuned. Going to be some good stuff. Kenny has
Kenny has
blessed
some
ye,
coal
bless
in that
ye,
chain.
bless ye. I don't have anything for you, Kenny. I have this really bright light I can turn on, though.
And fry your camera.
You folks who got to see, what was it, episode 4? 3 or 4. It was the Wineberry, second Wineberry episode. This is
Yes,
the
it was
light.
4. It was 4.
This is the light that almost blew up our generator. So fun stuff.
James Nelson, thank you. You, sir, pushed us over our threshold today.
James, thank you. Technically, there's 3 spots still open on that, but whatever. That's awesome. You guys just do what you can and keep the ball rolling. So, Joe, the weird Voltron things.
Yeah. Octopus, hope things get better for you, man. I'm
Oh.
sorry you're late. Sorry you're going through a rough time. That sucks.
I can
need
play some
some, get
flute
hold
for
of
you.
it.
Hang on, Octo. This is for you. This is for you. That's for you.
Tony asks, why is it holding a sword? It's because it's part of Dumbledore's army.
Yeah. That's right.
We gave it food after midnight.
So
that's a good one. Okay, so
what is this thing?
that explode.
Let's talk about that thing, because this is an interesting story.
It is.
So what do you make of it? For the folks who don't know, it happened in I'm just reading off the top of my head here because I don't have the article in front of me, but apparently there's this incident where this UFO, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah. It was a crashed UFO.
Crashed UFO. Yeah.
Or recovered. I don't
remember exactly
the way that actually played out, but it was a recovered UFO, and there were 7 beings that came out of it.
Mm-hmm.
These 7 beings basically conglomerated together, began to glow extremely brightly, and then detonated.
Yeah. And turned everybody to rock or something.
Salt.
Right. Well, yeah, might as well be.
Yeah, they said it turned them into stone.
Yeah, stone. Right.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. It's an interesting story. And I wish I had the whole article here. I don't. But as I recall, at the time that this was from, we were still kind of in the Cold War days, right?
It was Cold War era, and their Captain Planet is way more violent than ours.
Right. Exactly.
Unless it was the Don Cheadle Captain Planet, in which, if you haven't seen that SNL sketch, do it.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh, man.
So basically,
Yes,
that's it. Yeah, it's a KGB document. So And we know that, there was a lot of propaganda that was intentionally released. It
Yeah.
still is. It still is. And people still believe it. It's amazing. It's worked forever and it'll continue to work. Yes, exactly, Jason.
Yeah.
That's what I think it is too. I think it's counterintelligence. I think it's a story. It's basically made to probably um, either confuse or get people going in another direction while they do something completely different. Disinformation
Yeah.
campaign.
Because this was a document that was allegedly recovered from a Russian source, meaning that it was probably strategically left somewhere to be found and be a red herring.
Did it? Do we have the file links anywhere? Can we find the file links for that?
Let me get it real quick.
Yeah, get the file links and put them up here for everybody. So, while we're doing that, I'm going to set these clips up that we're getting ready to look at, and they come from Wineberry. At least one of them comes from Wineberry.
There you go.
It's interesting. It's very interesting. Is that it?
Copy pasta that bad boy into your browser. It'll take you straight to the article and the information in it. 23 Soviet troops turned to stone is the header there. And it's a memo that unearths this Cold War mystery. I think it's more along the lines of a Cold War, sleight of hand or misinformation act.
Misinformation, probably. Yeah, more than likely. I mean, you have to remember, we were all trying to get each side to go back first. I mean, it was either that or they're going to blow each other up. So that was the plan. So if we can get you over here and think that we're going to be doing this, then you're going to be putting your resources into it. But they probably had a reason to do it, honestly, because there probably was some stuff found. This was just a cover story, a smokescreen.
We found an alien ship, and then it blew up and turned everybody into stone. Oh,
so
no.
So, comrade, you do not want to do this. This is not something you want to do ever. You do not want to.
UFOs.
Don't touch the UFOs.
Chase the orbs.
Do not touch the UFOs. The Soviet touch UFO. You do not.
Yeah.
For your safety. That's it.
We touched it. This is what happened. Leave the rest to us.
That is it. So that's exactly how that probably went, Anyway. Let's set this up. Let me find the photo first. We're gonna look at a photo first. We're gonna look at one of those things from up there, and I want you guys to tell me what you think it looks like.
They probably made this story up and tried to get their local villagers from shooting at their experiments. Possible.
Probably. Let me see if I can.
But yeah, it's a lot of disinformation. I thought I sent you a message back, LR, but I just saw on Messenger that it didn't send. It was actually still sitting there in the typed messages. So that's my bad. I probably got distracted by a screaming child.
Probably. That's probably what it was. Could have been anything. With you, it could have been anything, though. All right. And get this. Okay. We're going to do a little. Let me open that one. Hang on. I'm going to open a few of these up. Open that one up. Let's open. See this one up. Nope. That one's terrible. We're not opening that one up. Folks, when you do send footage for us to look at, try your best to send the actual file. If it's a phone, it's going to be a pretty good quality image. Screenshots, they're okay, but they leave a lot to be desired, and I don't have any metadata on those. And we kind of need metadata when we're looking for stuff. So if you can, just do that. And if you're sending a video, just kind of crop out, the unnecessary parts with like your phone editor, whatever. And if you want to strip out the audio, you can too. That'll also make the file size a lot smaller. and then just descend over that edited spot. And that way we can get it up here. All right, so I'm going to show you this image that came from the land of wineberries.
Oh, Beth, you're not the only one that does it. Don't worry.
Everybody does this.
And
this is a general
to
thing.
To everyone's credit, we have told everybody for the longest time, just send us the raw footage.
Yep.
And
Yep.
sometimes that raw footage is like 6 minutes long, and we only need like a 3-second observable portion.
Yeah,
we don't need the whole chunk.
Exactly.
But you know, we're figuring it out. I mean,
yeah, we're getting it. So I'm going to show this. Here we go. Present.
Yes, you did only send the video, and could you email that to me? I've been trying to download it literally all day, and for whatever reason, it's downloading as corrupt, Lisa.
Oh, like
it doesn't matter what format I try to bring the video down in, it's not viewable outside of the messenger. If you could email it to either the Wild and Weird email or to me directly.
Send it to Wild and Weird. I'll see if I can pull it through one of these things, these other codices. Let's see. Extra. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. This one. They gave us a lot of choices on here now. This is cool. I like choices. Except for when it's time to eat. I don't like choices then. Okay. Here we go. So what we're seeing here is a little red light floating around out there in Wineberry again.
Yep.
There she is. And Beth is here. She can answer some questions about this for you guys. I think she's still in here.
Yeah, she's still in here.
I'm going to try to clean this up a little bit for us so we can see anything that's there. I think it's pretty self-evident that that exists on a different spectrum than everything else that's there. So,
oh yeah,
it's definitely illuminated. So, yeah, see up. Is it a lens flare? That's the number one question that we're going to get asked. What time was this taken, Beth? Let's see. And we can also tell that this thing is pretty much low to the ground too. This is it's pretty low to the ground. Probably one of the lower ones to the ground that I've seen, honestly.
Besides the one that Dave sent.
Right. Out that way, you know?
Yep.
I was just trying to pull these. You can see it's almost in the same red spectrum as those trees. You can see that? See how it's pulling the light up with the trees as well? But it comes up first. See how it comes up first? So it's a real thing. It's really there. It's, I don't know what it is, though. I ain't going to lie to you.
Taken around 9 p.m.
9 p.m. So we can rule out lens flare from sun. What camera was this one taken on? Was this an iPhone or was this with the Osmo? I don't know. I know I'm looking at a screen share of it, but I don't know what camera it was originally taken on.
Tony says a glare off of a lawn dart tip. If anyone still had lawn darts hiding somewhere in the holler, it would be Beth, and we would so play that game. She saw it with her iPhone. Nope. She said she forgot her Osmo that night, so she shot it with the iPhone.
It's iPhone. Okay. Well, that's significant because typically what we get with iPhone, they're not red lens flares, they're green lens flares. So
green, blue.
Yeah, blue green, right? But that's probably not a lens flare. I'm not going to tell you that it's 100% paranormal, but I've seen things out there. We both have, and
we've recorded them.
Yeah, exactly.
And aired them nationally.
this kind of fits that profile. So
it really does.
Almost to a T, actually, if we really want to get down to it. Let me go find some for you, and I'll show you how close it comes. Let me see here. Let's see.
It's a Lumen-Knock in flight. That's a good one.
Open.
4K 24.
Okay, I'm looking. Hang on. Trying to find the sightings. We have so many photos and videos now in the sightings folder, thanks to you guys. It's just amazing. Good data, really good data. But I'm going to show you some things here that kind of look like this. Let's see, Wineberry, which has its own massive amount of orb data at this point, or COP data.
Both really.
Self-illuminated anomalous phenomena. Okay, let me pull this one over. See that one, and I'll put that one there. Close that. Oh, look at this. I found another one. Wow. Wow. Oh, wow. Would you look at that? And let's see. That one. Let's see if it's this one. No, it's not that one. There is another one, but I don't see it right now. Anyway, these two will do. These two are fine. So let me go back into share. Present. Here we go. You guys ready? Here we go again. So we are going to be seeing the original one right here, right? And look at this. This is from several years ago. This is Wineberry. This is you folks who've watched Paranormal Horizons, you know, you've seen this photo. This is the one that Beth decided to chase. And boy, they surely do look the same, don't they? I mean, they're really, really close.
Larry says the only thing it would be possible is a reflector, but that's not what it is. Yeah, those IR reflectors, the ones that are lit, that glow like what track runners use. Normally those are all white.
Yeah. So that's I don't know, guys. You discuss it. You tell me what you think that is. I want to hear your thoughts. We can tell you what we think it is, but that doesn't matter so much as to what you think it is. But let me find something for you. Find you something else here real quick, because we got to open up another program. Beth
says she even went back to look for human footprints. It was floating and tried to rule out everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Beth, you're doing great work.
Yeah, she did.
That's such a strange I mean, it matches almost perfectly the one that you sent us last, what was it, November, December? And then we were back out there.
December, yeah.
And it's really telling. There's something about those red ones out there. Because you're one of the only ones I see that's getting these little red ones show up, and we've now recorded them on various types of cameras, and it's not just you that's recorded them. So it's pretty interesting. Says they say Sasquatches and orbs are connected. A lot of people will see those before they see a Sasquatch, before or after. So we've been looking into this phenomena for a really, really long time. We were the 2022 Bigfoot Researchers of the Year. Oddly enough, somehow.
I don't know how still. That's just weird.
Then we...
there wasn't very many people who's applied that year or something. I don't know. It was...
You just don't like Bigfoot, Ron. It's okay.
And I don't mind Bigfoot. I don't like painting Bigfoot.
The connection with this whole orb and Bigfoot stuff, like it's loose, right? Like there are people that have sightings of Bigfoot and orbs. There are people that have sightings of UFOs and Bigfoots. People that have sightings of UFOs and orbs. There's a lot of
overlap.
A lot of overlap, but as far as association goes, we can't say one way or another because we've not seen a correlation between the causation of what is Bigfoot and what is these other phenomena. We just know that they're happening, and we've measured readouts, we've measured other strange happenings multiple times. God, dozens of times at this point, where these phenomena are taking place in the same vicinity.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But not necessarily always at the same time. And we don't know what's causing it. Larry asks, was there any radiation reading taken? This is why we always carry the dosimeter. That thing looks like it's about to blow up. Beth says, I can say this. I've never put them in the same category. It's better to separate them and research them separately. And if they connect, they connect. Exactly.
Okay, so here we go for you new folks who have not seen this footage. I'm going to go ahead and put this down here. Again, you can go watch Paranormal Horizons. I think it's episode 4, episode 4, where these make their debut over there. But I'm going to let you see this footage because it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool stuff. And then we'll tell you how it came about, and then you'll understand that a little bit more too. Okay, share screen, pop that back up. You see that? Yeah. Okay, how about that? See that? Can you guys see that?
They should be able to. I'm going to blow it up though.
Blow her up.
There we go.
You see it now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to jog through this. Actually, I'm not going to jog through. I'm just going to play this right now for a second for you guys. Now I'm going to zoom in. That, my friends, is a that was caught on a full spectrum. Is what that?
No, we're still seeing the side by side of the red dots.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I see your mouse moving.
It's doing something weird. Hang on. It's the Man in Black. No doubt. That's what we got going on here. Window.
Beth says it floated like a blob, kind of jelly type deal.
There we go. Here we go.
All right, blowing this one up. There we are.
There we are. Go in a little bit. There we go. And then it kind of goes out. But yeah, this is one of the you can see how it kind of powers up. And then it'll pulse a little bit and then out. Doesn't fade out, it just goes out. Look at that. Gone. And go and zoom in here. It's going to do it again. You'll see it fade in. Fades in. Pulses up. Brilliant. Just like that. And man, boom, gone. Just look at that. One frame. It's gone. We don't know what that was. That was captured on a full spectrum camera. And for that, you guys can go watch that little latest video that I put over there. And you're going to see some of our equipment that we use out in the field, which is a really good little episode to get you familiar with what we use and why and so forth. But there's the color spectrum. That's what we're looking at. We're just going to look at that color spectrum. And it's pretty close.
It's really interesting. You know, okay. This is it's a very, very odd event that this keeps occurring in the same general
area. Yeah, it's in the same general area. You can see it kind of flaring up there. Yeah. So Beth had seen it on infrared. And And then Maria turns the full spectrum around, and she saw it on that one. Now, she couldn't see it visually. They could not see it visually. They could only see this on full spectrum and the infrared system. So these were not visible to naked eye.
Tony said the cigarette smoking man. Left taking a light draw, right taking a heavy draw. And you know, it happens.
Okay. Let's see, 55. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's a pretty good, I don't know what it is, like I said, but there's something there. And she caught something again.
Beth said that the red one that was moving about the size of a tennis ball.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, that sounds about right. Okay, let's go to another image. Save the best one for last. You're going to have to wait on that one. But going to another image. This one was sent to us by Ada. Ada sent this in. And it was during or right around the time of some of those storms that we recently had. Not the big one, I don't think, but it was one of those. So let me find that for you. And she saw something in the sky and went out and basically took a picture of it. And this is what she got. Let's go to focus. Okay. Let's see, do I have that one open? Yes, I do. Open this one, and this one. All right. I think I got them all open now. I do have them all open now, yes. Let me see if I can find this one. Okay, there we go. So again, no claims as to what any of these are. We're just showing you what was sent in, and you can make up your own minds. That's what we're here for. So let's go and share this one out. You guys take a look at this, and you tell me what you think you're seeing. Okay, what we're seeing here.
So back to the red dot real quick. Beth said that they went down to test multiple things in the area. Mm-hmm. And when they got back, Rachel got sick and was throwing up most of the night.
Well, that's like I said, things happen. If you guys were at the meeting, you know this. Yeah. Things happen at Wineberry, and it's a weird place. I mean, it really is. Someone compared it to our own little version of Skinwalker Ranch, and it kind of is. I mean, that's why we pretty much just try to keep it as closed as possible so we can get the data and make sure it's legit data, Yeah. There's some weird things that happen out there, and I don't know why. It's got everything from, ghost sightings to UFO sightings to possible Bigfoot sightings. I mean, it's just a paranormal hotspot. It's one of the best places to do research around here anyway. Yeah. Had some incredible results out there, and we are going back with a whole bag full of new toys. So hopefully we'll be able to catch some more of those guys, and we'll be able to catch them on some better equipment this time.
Yes.
So that's the goal. So I want to see, what the data says as far as that goes. All right. So photo time. You guys see that?
Yep.
Okay.
Blowing it up.
So we've got a very cloudy, just incredibly stormy looking sky here, right?
Yeah.
Anybody see anything unusual in that incredibly cloudy, stormy looking sky?
I'm gonna blow it up one more time for you.
Gonna blow her up. Here we go.
Oh.
Now, what I want you to notice about this, and this is what got me, because I said, it could be debris blowing. But I want you to look at the clouds. This is pretty crazy. I want you to look at the clouds. You're going to notice something about whatever that is compared to the clouds. Now, I would expect that we would be seeing this weird, if I can zoom in, you'll be able to see that little bit of a distortion in the pixels. You see it there?
Yeah.
That doesn't exist anywhere else. That's not on the clouds. That's not anywhere else in this. It's only around this object. You've got this weird distortion field or whatever it is, just something's distorted there. Something doesn't look right.
Yeah, just pixels have been affected in the zoom.
But it's not.
And it could just be a weird digital artifact from trying to focus.
And it could be, but it's not it's not just in the pixels in the zoom. That's just showing you the coloration of how it changes. But you can see it's there. There's actually some kind of differential around that. So we've got a choice. That's either caused by a contrast between, typically it's a light sky and a dark sky, but this time we've got like this light shade of gray back here. So it could be a contrast between these light shades of gray and whatever else that is. But you can definitely see there's more distortion here than there is out here.
Right.
That's what you're looking at. It's interesting, but it gets better. It's really better because she took more pictures. Whoop, didn't want to show that one yet. Anyway, let's go here. Let's find it. It's right here. It's down the corner. It's right there. This is where your object's at. Let's blow it up. Blowing it up. Again, we see a little bit of a distortion around the pixel area. A vague amount of shape coming in there, but not enough to really tell what we're looking at. We can apply some filters to it. Go ahead and throw a high pass on that. See if we can bring out any detail. See edging on it. But really, it's just too far away. Just a little bit of a shape kind of making itself out there. It's a hard one. Go in a little farther and we see this.
Oh.
Now, I don't know what I'm looking at here. Anyone else?
Well, to me, that it's a winged insect.
Well, that's what I thought. But I don't know. I mean, I think that's what we're looking at. I think it could be a like a big hornet or something flying, through
carpenter bee.
Maybe a carpenter bee. Could be.
It's carpenter bee shaped.
Shaped, right? That's what
could be a early cicada because they're starting to come out of the ground now.
Yeah. Well, the way this is bent right here, this kind of doesn't say cicada. See how that bottom end's kind of bent down? That's more of a bee shape.
Right. That does look more carpenter bee shape.
See that?
Yep.
It's more of a bee shape. I would expect there would be more movement here, which is weird because, that phone is not going to stop the wings of an insect. There should be a blur there, but I'm not getting one. So I don't know. It's weird.
I've seen some really weird photos that are just perfect.
Yeah.
Of insect wing flap taken with phone.
And it could be exactly what we're seeing. A really, really just one of a kind, actually a very good image.
Right.
To be able to capture this, if that's what it is. Because that's, there are photographers who would try to do that and couldn't.
And most modern phones have such amazing cameras on them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you have an optical lens on it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to lean toward insect just because I can see that shape. And now it doesn't mean that's what it is. That just means that it kind of, that's the logical thing Okay, that's the more probable thing as to what it is. If it had more of a straight back end here, I would be like, I don't know. That's
Right.
got some geometry to it, but it doesn't have that. It's got this little crook going on here, and this is clear definition. And I can see see where I was telling you guys earlier about the contrast thing. We can kind of make that happen here if I stack this again. See how it's getting wider around the edge of this? That's the contrast between the background and this whatever this is, B or object, anything. So you can see it kind of standing out there. But I don't know. I mean, it could be. And it's very possible that that's all this was. It was a very incredible capture of a, insect flying around there. But I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that's weird.
Mm-hmm. And I don't even know if she saw that, but I saw it.
Trackway asked about that.
Uh-huh. What's
earlier, that? I flagged it right here. Am I the only one seeing triangles in the background?
Let me bring this out a little bit. Now, I'm going to do is just make this brighter. I'm not touching not doing anything else. All you're going to do is screen this, which means that I'm going to stack these images together, makes that brighter. That's all it's doing. See if we can get any shape out of it. Also bring out anything else that's in the background. So now we've got a more of a clear sky. We can take a look, see if anything else looks like that. I don't see anything else. Nothing in there. There's our dot, whatever that is, in the corner. See it there?
Yeah.
And then now down here, you can see this is closer to the camera, right? I mean, that's the thing we think may be an insect. I think I'm not 100%, but I think that might be it. But look down here. So we've got one there. We've got one there. You see them?
Yeah.
So there they are. There's one right here. And there's one right here. And maybe, just maybe, there's a something right here. Now, I'm going to say something because I think that looks to be almost in the cloud. It's got the same kind of a haziness to it.
Yeah, that does look either that or it's moving really fast.
Yep, could be that too.
Haze does seem to put it in the cloud.
It matches an atmospheric. Well, if it's not in the cloud, it's farther out, like the haze, basically. You're looking farther down range. Whereas up here, we see this darker contrast. It's closer. It's way closer to the camera.
Bring up that zoomed in clip of the dark object. Yeah. That one. Now here, just for reference, Ron, look, I'm going to throw an overlay on the screen. This is also shot with an Android phone. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Boy, that's close.
And this is a bumblebee. Now a carpenter bee is going to have that bulbous hanging down. This is a bumblebee that's in the picture.
I mean, it's close enough. Yeah. I can almost even make out
the antenna.
Almost, yeah. If you look, oops, wrong program.
So if you look right here, you can almost see the antenna in the front end too.
Yeah, see that right?
And the leg.
Yeah, right here. You see that how it changes color right here?
Yeah.
There's a little stubble right there. I mean, again, this is an amazing photo if that's a bee, because wow, that's cool silhouette. But to go from that, to this, yeah, we can definitely bring it out.
Yeah. Now, Jason was also saying he was seeing a delta-shaped negative space in the clouds there.
Which one? Let me take
the
this
Delta
off.
shaped craft looks way high up. Then Anita says the Delta shaped craft that's skin looks like the sky or seen around here. And so she's mentioned those several times. Trackway, where did you see the triangle originally? Murder hornets are cooler.
Everybody remember those?
Yeah, I've got a murder hornet in a jar here.
You're just weird. So, yeah. So there's that.
And it's a beautiful gradient on the sky, though. That's like I'm a big fan of that photo in general, just because.
Well, this is an amazing photo. I mean, this is just an incredible photo. Is what this is. There's just so much. Look at that blue sky back there. Just bring that out.
Lower than the object to the left.
In this photo?
Okay, so Jason is saying, go back, zoom back out.
Zoom out. Oh, okay.
He says in the center of the photograph, more towards the center. He means to the.
Is he talking about this?
Yeah, that's cloud.
That's clouds for 100%. I can see the definition on it. I don't see anything else geometry wise that's standing out.
Look at the black object. Look down to the right, maybe.
Down to the right. Well, there's this downdraft of clouds here, I think. Yeah, that might be it. Let's see if I can bring that out. Screen it. It's about all I can give us.
Oh, he's saying that it's just a negative space in the clouds. Like there's nothing there. It's just negative, like a.
Oh, that. Oh, that's clearly there's something there. I just think it's probably a debris or something. I don't know what it is, but yeah, negative space in the clouds is definitely going to look like this, because we can see the blue over here, right there. Boof. And it's the only clear spot.
The two weird things are a trip.
There's one up there. There. Yeah, there's only negative spots in the clouds. You can still see that blue sky coming through. That's the crazy thing, how dark that was. That's wow. That's a good photo. Good photo. Okay, let's go to the one we've been waiting on, kids. And this one's a little harder. This one's a whole lot harder. I can't. Maybe you can. I can't on this one. This one I can't figure out. So we're definitely going to need your help. So let's get their collective minds working, because Beth has given us something to ponder. Again. Straight from Wineberry. Exclusive. Shown for the very first time. Anywhere. Let me get it on here. I just had the screen. Okay, there. I'm going to make it big enough for you guys to see it. Okay, that's big enough. Yeah, we can see it there. Okay, y'all ready?
Let's see it.
We're ready to roll this thing.
Tony says, "What? No alien face in the sky? Are you really to disappoint your audience like this?"
Well, I mean,
you mean this?
Yeah.
I took a picture of it.
You took a picture of it. That's cool.
Yeah, that's a wild one, right? That was a fun time.
I got my tinfoil Speedos on. Ah! Oh, that is image I don't want in my head.
That could be a new thing.
Forever now.
That could be a new thing. We need to make those.
We should.
We need to make those.
It's similar to what Zorp and Cargon wear, I think.
No, sort of. Here we go. Ready, guys? Here we go.
Dawn's in the house. What's going on?
Well,
Roll that
Dawn.
beautiful beam footage.
Ho, ho, ho.
She's been listening.
She has been. Well, you're just in time.
Oh man.
So
Here
here
we
we
go.
go.
This one up. You ready?
Y'all see it? Yeah, go ahead and blow it up. I'm going to go ahead and hit play. I'm going to play it. We're going to play it first, just as it is, as it was sent. Okay. And then we'll go in and do some stuff to it and see if we can bring out anything and so forth and so on. So let me get it centered up for us here. Okay. It looks about right. Here we go. Now, first of all, I want to say this is incredible footage. This is what we want. She zooms out. I can see that it's actually something out there in the sky. It's a really good quality. This is at least 4K, I think, is what we have on this.
That's gorgeous.
Now, no, it gets better. It gets better because with 4K, you can actually go in.
Oh, yeah.
And we can see this thing for what it is. So we'll go in here. Now we're going to blow it up. I'm just kind of track it. Here we go. Look at that. That right there, that's a Cylon Raider. That's what that is. No, I don't know what that is.
The Cylon Raider.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Let me go up here. Let me go in a little bit. I'm going a little farther. I'm just going to do some. Again, we're at 4K. We can go in really far without getting pixelated. So we're getting there. We're getting to the limit right here.
Yeah.
Now, what I can tell you that is not an aircraft.
No.
That is 100% not an aircraft. There is nothing about this that looks like an aircraft. And I'm going to scroll through it. Now, a lot of this is called a movement. Okay. So let's bear in mind, let's call it what it is. But even with movement, if that was an aircraft, I could tell you it's an aircraft. There's not one frame where I see a wing.
No.
There is a frame where I see a Tic Tac or an egg or whatever.
Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. Get it come down a little bit. This is probably some of the best footage I have seen, daylight footage that I have seen, come out of the collective at this point. This is amazing. I mean, this is really good footage. So there it goes. It's behind the tree. On.
Beth, you did a great job.
Oh, an incredible job. So let's go in here with this little guy.
Jason's got it pegged right there, man. Swamp gas.
Oh, totally. So let's hit it with a Lumetri and let's have some fun with this thing. See if we can bring anything out. Let's pop up our exposure, make it look like daytime here. Put a little bit of contrast on it so we can see it just a little bit better. Then on top of that, let's go here and add just a tiny bit of embossing to it. So we're going to do a little bit of emboss, a little color emboss. Going to drop that down. Oh, I'm not going to drop it down because I can't get to it. Hang on. There we go. Drop that down here. That's going to bring a little bit more relief to it so we can see the shape of it. Okay, there we go. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got now. Huh. Yeah, it still doesn't look like an airplane. No.
That is really interesting. Jason says it could be a deflating weather balloon. Seriously, this time?
Oh, well, I mean, could be, but here's what's weird about that deflating weather balloon theory.
You would see a payload under it, like some kind of device under it.
Oh, you would. I've
especially with a 4K. I would think anyway.
I've actually seen weather balloons in that situation, and they fall. This is not falling. That's what I want to show. So let's show it. Here we go. This is not falling. This thing is on an actual trajectory. We can see
Yeah.
it actually on a trajectory. It's moving in a straight line. You can see it right there really good. She caught it just enough to where we can tell there's a straight path. This thing is following a straight path, just like an aircraft, but it's not an aircraft. Now, if it were a balloon falling, I would expect an elongation, and our elongation should be pretty much straight on. I mean, I don't know what the wind was that day, granted, but
Jason said, could it be he wasn't saying that it was, he was saying, could it be a deflating weather balloon?
I don't see
I misread his comment there.
And here's why. I don't see a payload, and you do see a payload on these things. Could the payload have dropped, first, I guess, and this thing was floating down?
That could, if it was deflating, because the way those things are normally rigged, there's like a mesh over it. If it was deflating, the pressure could have gotten out,
right,
and it escaped that netting, and the payload dropped whatever it was carrying. Whatever sensors it had.
I mean, it
fell,
could have theoretically.
the mass of now lighter weight balloon material with helium could be moving.
Theoretically. It looks huge. I mean, that thing looks big. That's big because that's pretty far off. It's going behind those trees. That thing is big, whatever it is. And you got me. That's why I said you guys tell us what this one is, because
good job, Beth. Good eyes.
I've been looking at this for a week, and I still don't know what it is. She showed it. She sent it over. She's always sending us, data. But when she sent this one over, I'm like, wait a minute, there's something here. Yeah. And I went and put it on the big screen. And when I put it on the big screen, I really didn't expect it to be that great of quality. And it's just incredible quality. I'm like, yeah, we got something. We really got something on this one.
Jason says definitely not falling. It's flying, whatever it is.
If it's falling, then it's falling and there's like wind pushing it. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Like I said, you guys tell us what you think it is, because this one got me. It's good. It's really good.
Mid-Ohio says Tic Tac. Kenny Hess says great capture. Don K says I see many of those things. Sometimes there's several at a time flying over.
Yep. Yep. Don's got a few. We can show a couple of those.
Lisa sent her video to the Wild Mirror Gmail.
Okay, I'm going to check it right now. Let's see what we have. I shall return.
So yeah, that one was really, really interesting. Good job, Beth. Everybody, we had a few people asking Beth what camera was used to collect that footage.
I believe that was an Osmo.
That's what I'm thinking too. I was just gonna.
I believe. Let her tell us what it was. Okay, let's see if we got this thing. All right, I'm gonna go over here and see if I can pull this in.
iPhone.
No way. What? How?
Oh, never mind. She said nope. Never mind. Osmo.
Yeah, that's Osmo. There's no way that's.
Yeah, when I saw the tree line, I was like, man, that's a really, really good camera. That's got to be the Osmo.
Yeah, that's DJI right there. Let's see. Download.
Ada Cox is here. Hey, Ada. You just made it.
You made it. We looked at your footage. Open this. Da, 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 da. Okay.
Yeah, the Galaxy S25 does have a great camera. Dawn says she's determined to capture something because I have come a long way. You have indeed.
Oh my!
And it's really, really cool that we've got so many people who are able to collect this type of stuff and send it in, and we can all review it. And it also adds to the mounting pile of data.
Oh yeah. I mean, the data just keeps piling up, as you said. And I don't know what some of this stuff is. Again, I'm not going to act like I do, but I know what some of it isn't. So the rest of it is going to have to come down to, we got to get a better handle on what this actually is.
Yeah.
So let me see if I can get in here with this. I'm going to try to make this one big because it's kind of far off. So let me just kind of get it a little bit of a tracking on this for us so we can see what it's doing. It's falling down right there. Okay. Let me pull that way. All right. Yeah, we got it there. Okay, good. Okay. I think we have this one. Let me make sure. Camera zooms in. Yes, we have it stabilized now. Okay, yeah, it's pretty stable now. This will work. Pull this back down. And here we go, guys. Let's present. Share screen. Window. Okay. Yeah, see that?
Yep, blowing her up.
Everybody's good, right?
We're up.
Okay, here we go. What you're looking for is you're looking for that white dot. Right,
Now
right
there
below
is
right
clearly
below
an
that aircraft.
in the frame.
It's right below that aircraft. There is a white dot just moving pretty as you please right through the sky. It's right there. And we can clearly tell it is absolutely behind that power line too.
Yeah.
You can see it going behind the power line.
That thing was flying Mach Jesus right before I started recording. It slowed and passed the jet and then took off again.
That's it's a good one. And there's a still here too, I believe. Yeah. There's a still image here.
Jason says, wait, what? Right below a contrail?
Oh yeah, it happens all the time. Now this is a still image here. Right there. I can't get in. There we go. Kind of get in. There we go. Push it. I'm pushing it to its limits right now. Go any further, it's going to break apart. Let's see if I can bring it out a little bit. It's pretty far out there. A little bit of that, a little bit of this.
Anita said, I've seen one racing with a commercial jet before. It stopped suddenly without slowing. And then after the 747 went under, it dropped straight down like a helicopter.
Wow. Isn't that crazy? I mean, the thing is, we are seeing things. Now, I don't know what they are, but, you know, this isn't new.
No, thank you, Ada. You are awesome. Much, much, much appreciated. Incoming. Jason says the UAP is actually closer to the camera than the airliner. The perspective makes it look directly under.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I would tend to agree with this. I don't know what it is though.
Yeah.
But yeah. There's something out there.
Like that glow is weird. Like it looks like there's a lot of it's either a lot of light reflecting off of it or illuminating.
Right. And right now it has an emboss on it. I just put an emboss on it so we could see the texture better. So just keep that in mind. Without the emboss, it looks like that.
Trackway, thank you.
So yeah. What are we doing? What's going on? What am I missing?
People
oh my God.
Hat, man.
No. Oh,
we're
we
at 12.
We have to bless them with the magic flute. Magic flute time. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. multiple blessings to all of you, every single one of you. Yeah, I know people are like, why am I watching this? So weird as crap. How do you go from, watching some seriously going through, possible data to dancing aliens with waving flags? It's just, it makes no sense, but that's what this is. It doesn't have to make sense.
Says beautiful.
Thank you. Life is just too complicated. It doesn't have to make sense. That's what these Thursdays are for.
Exactly.
These are an escape. These are an escape from the world, because every Thursday we get to come here to our little shelter and we get to all hang out in the same place while the storm rages, and we don't care. For 2 hours, we don't care. And that's what this is about. So that being said, so what are you guys thinking? I mean, I want to know what you're thinking about what you've seen here tonight so far. Do we have, one, we think we can pretty well say, yeah, we think that might be an insect, but what about the other stuff? What about the weird thing, that Beth got?
Well, we have too much data that's mounted from Wineberry. This is just me thinking out loud that corresponds to the exact thing that she detects over and over and over again. And we've collected it on multiple cameras at this point.
Multiple sensors.
And multiple sensors.
Yeah, there's something going on out there. I just don't know what it is, like I said.
Yeah.
And it's validatable. Anybody could, do this if they wanted to. And maybe one day they can, but right now it's, like I said, it's kind of a closed off investigation. Until we can get what I want to get out of there. And I think we both want the same thing. We want multiple data points that are showing us what this could be.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's a lot to do out there still.
Oh yeah, there's a lot to do out there.
Now, then we get to the one with Ada, the black object. We think we can rule out, but those other two.
What about the dots? Right, the weird dots. Let's go back and look at those. These present. Share screen. Oof. Where are they at? They're hiding in here somewhere. Where are they at? Where are they at? In this one, right? Yeah, they're in this one. No, they're not in this one. Okay, I lost them. Nah, I just zoomed out. That's what happened, I think. Well, wait. Nope. What happened? They were here. Y'all. There they are. I'm over too far. I was like, well, we had a Mandela effect kind of thing going on here, and everybody was involved. Okay, there we go. There's one there, and there's one there. And those shouldn't be there.
Yeah. That's weird.
That is weird.
Those are really, really weird.
Should be another one right down here somewhere. I was trying to stay on target with it and see how close they were, but lost it again. Yeah. Well, anyway, there's that one.
Ron, Mid-Ohio, Tommy sent you a photo.
Tommy. Let me close
this
up.
Near identical to the bug photo.
Close. Hang on. Let's go over here. I'm looking. Got that. Okay. Let me see if I can open this. Save as. See if it'll do it. Yeah, it looks like it's going to do it. Okay. Let's put that in here. We'll take a look at that. And boom, right there. Okay. Got that one. Okay, let me close that. All right. Opening. Got it. All right. Zooming in and let's go to share this thing. Present. Y'all see that?
Let's see. All right. Yep.
Got it. It's right here. I just seen it.
Right there.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, right there. Right here in this area. Let's see if we can bring it out a little bit. Another one's pretty far out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see how far out that is. And you see the distortion around that. I don't know, but that could be just caused by the contrast. I don't know if that's what we're looking at again. You see that? The problem is it's so far away, there's just no way we could tell.
Right.
But it's interesting nonetheless. It's very interesting. Oh, there we go. It's probably about as good as we're gonna get a look at it anyway. Yeah, hard to tell, man. Very hard to tell.
It's a really cool picture, though, too.
It is, isn't it? Look at that.
A lot of stormy, contrasty pictures tonight. I dig it.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do a lot with the stormy contrast pictures, man. You can bring out some really cool colors with them. See that?
Tommy says could be an eagle.
Oh, well, yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be eagle, peregrine falcons, or man, you want to talk about something like harder to photograph than a bee? Get a peregrine in flight. Mandy GV says, where do we send photos? You can send them to Wild and Weird WV at gmail.com, right there below your name.
There it is.
Mandy, good to have you here with us tonight.
Welcome aboard.
And we will, any submissions that we get between now and the next episode of In Focus, we will air that episode.
Yep. That will be episode 9 of In Focus, Joe.
Yeah, it will be, man. That's crazy.
That'll be the 9th one of these we've done. So yeah, you guys get your anything that you catch, send it over. Audio, video, it doesn't matter. We can do audio too. Try your best, as I said, to kind of whittle down the video though, because you will get a kickback error a lot of times. It just won't
on size.
It won't send it. So try your best to get it whittled down for us. 200 megabytes is as big as you want to send. Honestly, you can send bigger, but that's about
worst case scenario. If it's a longer clip and the subject is in the frame for a long time, you can always upload it to Google Drive and then share it with us through Google Drive.
That will work.
Michael says, I wonder how much UAP do use storm clouds to get around without being noticed.
Right. I mean, it makes perfect sense, Michael. If this is a real thing, right? If they actually can do that, then why not? It's a perfect camouflage. First of all, I mean, think about
cough, even thermal video. Yes, we're gonna get working on that, brother. The time has finally come. Beth says, my phone can't hardly send anything. It's because it's an iPhone and the camera is really powerful and the files are massive.
No, you can send stuff. I bet it has to do with the what is it? The cloud thing that it does. I'll bet there's stuff in that cloud. It's probably full. You need to go in there and check that and probably clear it out, because chances are it's backing up stuff.
Yep.
That's why I like those little. I'm telling you, that's why I like these little drives. Yeah, man, these are the best things. You guys, here's some free advice to all you guys out there. You can get them for everything. USB, Lightning, doesn't matter. You can get different versions. There's all kinds of different ones. SanDisk makes a really good version of this. I don't know which one this is.
I use Alexair.
Yeah, I had
Got
them
it for
both.
$34.
Yeah, they're cheap, and that's 200 gigabytes right there. That I can literally put all the photos on my phone onto this. Like when we were shooting some of the Paranormal Horizons, it was shot before we had the cameras, like the good studio cameras and the movie cameras. It was before we had that. We were shooting 4K on this thing out, out there, and then I would just pop this in, pull it off, and take it in to the editor, and you can't tell the difference. So yeah, these files are big. They get big. So make sure you kind of compress them down a little bit. If you can send that, like I won't say, well, if you can send raw, wonderful. But if you can just send a copy of the actual photo, that's going to have the file. That's going to have the EFX data on it. That's going to let me see exactly what time it was taken, or what camera was, used to take this, possibly even what lens was used. It helps us to figure out a lot of stuff. So we don't just have to look at it and say, oh, well, this was a lens flare and that's the sun.
Yeah.
Well, not at 1 o'clock in the morning. It wasn't.
Right.
That kind of about, and that came in handy with that one photo that we had with the weird humanoid type thing at the gravesite.
Yeah.
That EFX data really was hard for people they couldn't really come at that.
Yeah.
They couldn't really explain it, but they definitely couldn't come at it and say, oh, well, this is blah, blah, blah. Well, the time's the time.
When you provide metadata, EFX data, it's hard to fight, and it's hard to use a lot of the cop-outs.
Well, we know it wasn't photoshopped.
Yeah.
It says right there, iPhone 15, blah, blah, blah is what it was taken on. And it's like, boom, right there it is. That's the raw footage. That's not, that's it. That photo was taken in situ. Whatever's in that field is in that field.
Yep.
So yeah, that was a good time. That was a really good photo. So yeah, guys, you want to send some stuff in, there is where you send it to. And yes, we do these about every month. We hadn't had one for a while because we were trying to wrap up Paranormal Horizons there for a bit.
Filming was a mad dash.
It was fun. It was fun. But you're going to get to see the result of that. As I understand, it will be coming up shortly. Let me get you a projection of when this is. The next 2 episodes are going to drop fairly soon. And let me see if I can find it. Here it is. Looks like I believe. What are we at? We're on the 28th. 28th, I think, is when the next one drops. That's for squad members. So the 30th will be for everybody else, worldwide premiere.
That's 2 in 1 month, folks. 2 in 1 month.
Yep. And then the next month is the finale, and I can promise you it's huge. It is a 2-hour finale. It's a mini movie, basically, is what it boils down to if you really think about it. But
that's what most of the episodes have been mini movies. If you would insert TV commercials, you're looking at an hour and 45, hour and a half long episodes each.
They're awesome. They're this one's good. It's the data and of the entire thing, and you're going to be able to look at that and peruse it and figure out, are these guys crazy or is this real data? Well, it's real data. We might be crazy, but it is real data.
You have a good one too, Michael. Thanks for hanging out with us, man.
See you next time.
Larry, just to hit 10.
Boom, and there it is. So, Joe, just for the fun of it, let's tell these folks one thing that they're going to get in the prize package.
Well, one of the things in the prize package, we've said a million times over. A million billion times over.
Yeah, literally a million billion times over.
Now, that can be a hint in itself. Or do you want to tell them what their special gift for everyone's going to be? Hold on that.
Yeah, hold on that one. I mean, we already know that we're going to get those cards. I didn't get one made this week, by the way. I had an issue with the file, so I should have a prototype for you guys next week.
I didn't know if you had it on you right now or not. So that's why I do not. That's why I was stalling for a second. Okay,
no, I do not have it. It'll be next week.
We are going to have a dosimeter or two that will be out for grabs for the raffle, not the raffle, but the giveaway, the door prize.
The giveaway, yeah. Door prize.
And you guys will be able to just show up and get a ticket, get your name thrown in the hat, and have a chance to go home with your own dosimeter. Geiger.
Then you can do all kinds of weird stuff and figure out if, you're getting radiated by bananas or, whatever. Because, bananas are radioactive. That's not a joke. That's real. That's real. But y'all didn't know that, did you? You're always worried about all these other things, all these invisible things that are going to get you, like microplastics. We talk about that all the time, right? And then there's these viruses and things. They're real, by the way. But you know what's real? What's really real? Radiation. Radiation is very real. We got a lot of radiation in the past 48 hours, by the way.
Yeah, we've had massive solar storms.
Yep.
It's been
G3, right? G3?
P7 last night.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it wasn't last night. It was yesterday evening, unfortunately for us. It was daylight hours still, and we missed whatever opportunities we would have had to see something last night.
Yeah. But there's a lot of radiation right now. So you guys have some fun with that. I mean, some you can detect, some you can't. And what's really nice about it is you're going to be able to go out and actually do your own experiments and try to validate or debunk, what we're experiencing out there in the field ourselves. I got a feeling you're going to validate it because everybody we've talked to at this point is pretty much pointing to the same thing. And we know that the equipment's not faulty. So there's something out there.
Beth says I have to eat my bananas from a low potassium. Beth, just a heads up.
That's the radioactive part.
That is the radioactive part. And there's more potassium in the skin of a russet potato than 5 bananas. One, like generally like the size of my fist banana, like
one of those things is not radioactive. The more you know.
Ba, 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 ba. Oh man!
I mean, I guess your potatoes could be radioactive, but I hope they're not. I hope they're not. I haven't tested potatoes. Probably should. Now I'm paranoid. Anyway, folks, what have you learned tonight? Are you happy? If you are, then please go over, leave a comment. That helps us tremendously. All you have to do is say, hey, I liked it, or hey, I didn't like it. And somebody's going to respond to you, probably in a positive manner. Either way, if you're mean to us, we'll probably be absolute hilarious to you. I mean, because Dumbledore's army rolls that way. That's what we do.
That's just how we do.
It's how we do. It's what we do.
So guys, remember down below, if you got to reach out to us, you need us for anything, you can get a hold of us on our social media platforms. You can also get us really quick and easy at wildandweirdwv@gmail.com. If you want to reach out and just take a look and peruse the website, feel free. We're doing some updates currently. So depending on the frequency of how often you check, you might see new stuff popping up periodically here over the next few weeks. Doing a little bit of overhaul and some cleanup over there on the website. It is wildandweirdwv.com.
Rob Posey made it in
over there, and currently, if you missed it, shirts are on sale. So if you see any designs or anything like that are on stone out there, go ahead and pick you up a shirt. Rob Posey, hey fellas, a little bit late, little
bit. You're a little bit late. Go back and watch it. You'll enjoy it. It's fun stuff.
What I learned tonight, may as well chase the orbs, since the banana I just ate was sketchy anyway.
I mean, you can take that data however you like it, however you want, whatever makes you feel good.
You got happy Easter, everyone. Going to start selling Wineberry potatoes. That sounds like something from Fallout.
Wineberry potatoes. Yep, it sure does. Only 5, rads, plus
man.
5 rads.
Bedtime today, guys. Yep, long day tomorrow. Luckily, I got a half day tomorrow.
I don't even know if I'm
It was
going in
not long.
tomorrow. I think I might just stay up tonight and play Fortnite all night.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, I might do that. I've been playing ranked, so
I might do some of that tomorrow. Definitely,
Yeah.
if you guys are playing on Fortnite, look us up, Skinwalker 13, Mr. X with some numbers. I never can remember the rest of your numbers, but
it's all good.
Get a hold of us. Come hang out. Come play some rounds. We'll get in there and we'll squat up and tear it up, baby. From Google, a medium russet potato skin on has approximately 620 milligrams of potassium, whereas a medium banana typically contains around 420 milligrams of potassium.
So you heard it from Enzo, not us. Potatoes are radioactive, y'all. Stop. I told you, I don't like, y'all don't know this. Joe knows this.
Yes.
And people who know me know this. I don't like potatoes. I've always said that they're called devil's buds because they grow underground and that's closer to where they're from. The only time I'll eat a potato is when I'm really, 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 really hungry. And Joe's seen it.
Yeah.
I'll devour fries if I'm really hungry. But
French fries, time, and you like my potato soup too.
I do.
But I don't make that often.
It's true. And I like those little gnocchi things too.
Yeah, the potato noodles.
Yeah. But that's it. That's pretty much it. And I think it's just because I had so many potatoes growing up and we used to raise potatoes. So I actually had to go out in the field and dig these things up.
Yeah.
That was fun times. I mean, thousands of potatoes, by the way. But apparently it may have been that radioactivity that caused all of this. Now that I think about it. Thank you, Enzo. You may have solved a puzzle. This could be where the portal started.
Could be.
It started in the potato bin.
You guys are fantastic. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We've had an absolute blast. This has been a great installment of In Focus. Remember to send those videos and photographs over. We'd love to take a look at them, dissect them, and help you break them apart and try to see what we can and can't learn from them. If you have anything that you would like to share, or if you just want to reach out in general, maybe come on the show. Oh, Saturday night at OBC, we will be live from the field. So prepare to be bored out of your minds. Fantastic. There's going to be a lot of noise probably at OBC. So at least that part will be entertaining.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But Beth said my son sent you a request, Joe. Sweet. We'll get Ron in there and we'll get us all added into a thing, and then that way you can add Ron too. But everybody, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for coming around every Thursday night. Remember, y'all have a safe and good weekend this weekend. And
it's a holy weekend, everyone. Go and be holy.
Go do the thing. And remember, this is the Hellbent Holler Adventure Cap. You too can become a Hellbender and have your very own Hellbent Holler merch by visiting Hellbent Holler's YouTube channel and following some of the links. It's all there. Go find them on social media. Find them on YouTube. Do the thing. Hellbenders all the way. And stay wild and weird, everyone.